Taidy Aburto. Happy Friday. I hope you had a great week. So I just want to share with you a few things. It was a very productive week. I want to share a few of the reports that were released at the Latitude Conference over the last couple of days. Very valuable data for all those that are interested in understanding the economic impact of the Latino community in America. Uh, Very valuable data for all those that take data-driven decisions on how to reach your market or your different segments in the market, Latinos being one of them. Um, and one thing that was addressed throughout the last couple of days, the conference is still going on for 2 more days, but I just had the opportunity to attend it for the last couple of days, and it was a very productive participation in the last 48 hours. But one of the things that it was addressed throughout the conference, or is being discussed throughout the conference, is how you put all these data to work. You have very valuable information at your fingerprints, and now it's important that you utilize this data to take action in a way that is going to help your business or your organization to reach its goals. One thing that I think it's important to talk about is the one thing that I have talked about for many years, and that's how we can democratize the access to resources and the tools that not just Latinos but Americans need to survive and thrive, especially like the small businesses, because that's the area that I'm focused on. Thank you so much for all those that are tuning in from my friends in New Jersey and other parts of the country. And you will see in the description below some of the reports that I'm telling you about. Big shout out to the Latino Donor Collaborative, Ana Valdez, High Tech with Omar Duque, Chairman Guillermo Diaz, Latitude, of course, NAREP, and all the organizations that are putting out all these reports for us to understand and assimilate that information to come out with innovative ideas that can help to solve some of the challenges and the barriers that a very important segment in America is facing. And if we come out with practical solutions to some of these problems, not just the Latino community is going to benefit from, but America in general, because there are more than 60 million Latinos in our country, and it is important that we are not underperforming by any means. So we need to do whatever it takes to keep empowering this important segment in our country. And any of those out there that are in a position of influence at whatever level, and which I believe, like the Hispanic Chamber of E-commerce, the U.S. Business Association of E-commerce, the Digital Alliance that I announced last year, are doing something of value for the audience that we're trying to serve. And serving people at the grassroots level and at the local level, those were a couple of other keywords that have been discussed over the last 2 days at the Latitude Conference, that a lot of these programs need to be focused on results, but also addressing the specific needs of certain areas within the country, because the more that you understand how the Latino community is structured and how it's formed, you will see that Latinos in Florida are facing certain challenges that may look the same on paper, but just because of the environment that they are in Florida or California, Texas, etc., it's a little bit different. So you need to tweak some of these programs and initiatives in a way that are really going to impact the population or the demographic that you are trying to serve. From our perspective, you guys know that we focus a lot on the digital economy, and now we have another program focused on financial literacy, just because they go hand to hand, and it is important for small businesses to have um, good credit score so they can have access to capital. Like there are many reports out there, and this is one thing that had been discussed for so many years, the lack of access to capital for small businesses. And but if you take the time and the resources to try to change this problem that is very real in the Latino business community. So one way to address that is by helping some of these business owners to improve their credit score, build business credit, etc. So practical solutions to some of these problems is what is going to help us to keep or elevating the participation of small businesses, Latino small businesses in the market. Let me share with you very briefly a program that we have been working on for the last few weeks, but anyone that is out there that understands how challenging it is to put a program that is going to deliver results in a meaningful way, not just programs that are put together, to get a little grant and impact 150 people or something. Those programs are a little easier to put together. But when you're thinking about scale and when you're thinking about having a very strong impact in the community, it takes a lot of time. And when you're trying to put the resources together to put this type of programs in place, it's just hours and hours of work. So again, for us, digital economy is a top priority. Throughout the pandemic, many of you guys face the challenge of how to sell your products and services in a way that you can still have a profit in your business, right? And we have seen an increase of a trend that is called direct to consumer. And I want to share with you guys something really quick right here, which is a program that we're working on. We will make it official in a few weeks. We still have to fine tune a few things. Let me move myself up here. So we still have a few things that we need to fine tune, but the direct to consumer e-commerce program is focused on helping small businesses to sell more and to increase their profits. We're not gonna, well, you can share right here. It says DTC Prime connects small business owners to final customers, capital, networks, and business services through a multi-channel platform, commerce platform that offers new business and opportunities to compete more effectively in domestic and global markets. So this is not just a marketplace, it's an online business ecosystem that we have had this vision for many years now, but it has taken a lot of time to put the right pieces together in order for deliver the product that we wanted to deliver to the market as an organization. And it has been a lot of like trial and error, learning from the business community that we have been serving for 14 years. Now the pandemic hit, we have to like fine tune a few things, but this is something that we're gonna be presenting to you guys in a couple of weeks. Actually, we have been testing the platform and it's working really well. We just need to change a few things in terms of the content on the site so we can explain as clear as possible what this means, because for a lot of people, maybe a little confusing, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, you trying to be like an Amazon, or you're trying to be like an eBay or anything like that?" No, actually, like we look forward to working with marketplaces like Amazon or eBay and other marketplaces, because our goal is not to create something like that, but an ecosystem that it will actually help to democratize the access to the digital economy for home-based businesses. We know a lot of Latino business owners that they go out on the streets and they literally sell their stuff out there. And now we're going to give them the opportunity to use their phone and create a very simple online store on this platform, and they will able to take orders in advance. They will be able to get the support of the community around this project. So it is a little, it might sound a little confusing, but we're gonna put the right visuals for you guys to understand where we're going or where we're trying to go with this program, the DTC Prime program. And I was telling you earlier about the importance of tracking metrics and tracking trends, having access to this valuable information that is provided on all these reports. It provides you the data that you need to try to come out with a solution to some of the problems that are addressing that are facing the markets or the segments that you are trying to serve, right? So in our case, we work with business owners, and we want more small businesses to participate in the digital economy. And when you look at these trends right here, direct to consumer e-commerce sales in the United States from 2019 to 2023, you see that it's up and growing, and that trend is not going to change, guys, because now the pandemic is leading us in that direction. Small businesses are understanding that they can sell direct to consumers, and they like that because they can keep a higher profit margin from the interactions that they have in the marketplace. Then, what are some of the leading factors that motivate buying from DTC websites? Well, better price, free delivery, free returns, fast and convenient delivery, and the source is right there, is statista.com. So all this makes sense from a business perspective. And if you are a small business, if you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, this is super, super valuable for you guys, because when you find a way to sell directly to your final consumer, your profit margin is going to be greater. And it also allows you to come out with a business strategy where you optimize every single level within your operation, from leadership, marketing, sales, cash flow, and of course your team, the people that make things happen. So I think this program, as we are structuring it, and with the tools that we're going to provide and the strategic partners that we're planning to have, we'll be able to provide a program kind of like the Tu Futuro in Spanish, which is a financial literacy program. Is going to add value to the marketplace. And for us, that is extremely important, because it's at the core of our organizations, the Hispanic Chamber of E-commerce and the U.S. Business Association of E-commerce. Now, one of the problems that we're trying to solve with this approach is the cost of doing business on some of these marketplaces. It is too high. And if we're trying to get small businesses more active in the digital economy, they jump into some of these marketplaces not realizing like how expensive it is to do business in these marketplaces. We understand that they drive the traffic and everything, but at the end of the day, if you don't run your price evaluation accordingly, you're going to end up losing money. And when they realize that they're losing money, they pull out of this marketplace. And so we don't want that to happen. We want more small businesses actively involved in the digital economy, because that's going to allow them to reach a bigger audience, a bigger market, not just in their region but globally. Okay, so that's why we saw this as one of the biggest problems. At the end of the day, every small business is trying to make a bigger profit from whatever they do. So we need to provide them with the right tools so they can accomplish that. Now, if you take a look at the trends in terms of the digital economy, the digital economy accounted for 9% of current dollar gross domestic product, GDP, and these are stats from 2018, and this trend is not gonna go downwards. It's gonna keep going upwards. So participating, having a hybrid business model that allows you to have a participation in traditional retail and the digital economy is going to make so much sense for your business. And that's why putting together a business plan that it will provide your business with the tools and the resources and the strategy to go after your final consumer is going to be golden, guys. And that's why we're putting so much effort into this program and also into our platform, because when we depend on other people's platforms, there are costs involved, and it is impossible for us as an organization to provide you with a tool that is going to be cost effective but also efficient. Of course, like someone asked me a couple of weeks ago when I was giving this presentation to a potential strategic partner, they said, well, how you're going to drive all this traffic? Well, I think if the community embraces this platform, the community will help to drive the traffic. But we have to communicate the value and the impact of this platform in all these businesses across the country so they can understand that this online business ecosystem that we are building is going to be very unique. It's going to be very unique, and it won't be like the magic wand that is going to solve all small businesses problems, but it's definitely going to be an online ecosystem that, as far as I know, is there is nothing like similar out there. You have to put a lot of pieces together to create what we're trying to create, and that's why it has taken us so much time and money and resources, and we have failed so many different times to put like this ecosystem that in our head, based on what, of course, like I've been doing online marketing for 15 years, so this is not just like, oh, Tyler, like you are coming out with something like stupid that doesn't make any sense. Like we're using data, we're reading reports, following trends, grassroots effort, direct contact with small businesses that, as of right now, they are neglected by the big platforms because they are not profitable for these platforms. So they don't care about serving them because they're not going to generate enough revenue to try to provide them with products and services. So that's why they don't care about them. And what I mean by this is like you need to understand this. When I talk about these small businesses, it's not like the ones that are making like $5-10 million and stuff. I'm talking about like Central California small businesses in places like Santa Maria or San Luis Obispo, Paso Robles, Cambria, California. I'm talking about like Central Coast. And here in San Diego, talking about business in the South Bay, in San Isidro and stuff, like mom and pop, family-owned businesses that really want to survive and thrive in the marketplace. So we need to equip them with the tools that are going to help them to survive and thrive in the marketplace. And this means not just like providing with a technology platform that is as simple as possible to use, but also provide them with access to other resources like access to capital, insurance, legal services, etc., so they can operate the way that the system wants you to run your business to be successful in the marketplace. Now, when I talk about embracing, like the community embracing this platform, I'm talking about right now we have put together certain features within the platform that is going to allow, because we get a lot of people that visit our site, like even like professionals, for example. I'm going to give you an example. Professionals come to our site, and of course, we're not like Alpha or any other organization that works with professionals across the country. So we send them there, right? But if they want to get involved in this project, now they're going to be able to create an account, find some businesses that they like imagine like you have your aunt or you have a family member that is an entrepreneur and is running a business, and they need the support of family and friends and word of mouth, etc. And you get to a point, where you send a lot of referrals. It's by nature we send out a lot of referrals to companies that we have worked with, and they deliver an outstanding service or provide us with an outstanding product, and we love to referral because it's in our nature, right? So now imagine that you have the way to impact small businesses at that level. It's kind of like referral programs, but on a very grassroots, coming from the heart type of like referral, and you will make a commission out of that referral for whatever percentage the business owner wants to provide to you, and we won't get involved in that relationship. It's not our job to get involved in the relationship of a business with the people that wants to promote that business. It is our job to provide the ecosystem for that transaction to happen digitally, and that's what we're working for. And we will be sharing like some visuals that would explain how this process is going to work, and I'm pretty confident. Like right now, I feel like more people wants to help small businesses, and because they understand the economic impact of small businesses in our economy. And that's why I mentioned earlier that result driven programs at the local level are going to have a very, very positive impact in the community, and it's going to have a very positive impact in our economy as a whole. So there are going to be different communities within these marketplaces, as you can see on this graph. Education is a very important topic for us, and we have been addressing that since we launched the Hispanic Chamber of E-commerce in 2008. We have spent hours and hours in workshops and seminars. I don't think in our 14 years we have ever hosted a gala. Probably at some point we'll do it, when we turn like 15 or 20 years and 25 years in the marketplace or something like that. But for me, it's just more important to provide as much value as possible in this ecosystem. And that's something that we've been working out very hard over the last few months. And, with everything that happened throughout the pandemic, it helped us. It made us change our vision and our priorities as an organization. And we realized that until this day, business associations are very important in the marketplace, and I don't think that's gonna change. Not even with once the metaverse develop and all that. Business associations are gonna keep playing a very important role in in the business community, but we also have the responsibility to keep investing in everything that is gonna help us to stay innovative, and relevant in the marketplace. So, like I said, we're putting together this online ecosystem that is going to be working with corporations, with other online marketplaces. That's why I said, like for any people out there that say like, oh, you're trying to be like an Amazon or anything like that. No, we are going to leverage other marketplaces. We're going to leverage other online resources in this online ecosystem to serve as many small businesses as we can in a very proactive, results-driven way, with the ultimate goal to help you guys increase your profit. If you get involved in any of our programs, our priority is to provide to you the tools and the resources that you need to increase your profit. And business owners understand that if you are able to increase your profit, that means that you're running a very efficient operation, that you are keeping control of your cost, you will have a good relationship with your vendors, etc., etc. So I'm not gonna go so deep right now into the technology part, but I'm just sharing with you right here like some of the companies that we have added to this platform. We're gonna keep adding more. It's all in the back end. It's all through APIs. No need for you to do an integration, pay for apps, anything like that. We will do all the integration in the back end and make it as simple as possible for you to sell your products and services through this online ecosystem. And this is just data to see like, the total number of small businesses that are in the US, how they are, a little bit of a breakdowns, etc. I'm not gonna get too much into details with this information, but it is important for us to acknowledge the differences that are in all these groups at different levels, and we need to provide access to tools and resources that will help them to survive and thrive, not just in the digital economy, but in the market as a whole. So that's our contact info right there for anyone who wants to reach out. But again, last thing before we go, or before I go, is to take a very close look to these reports that are released on an annual basis now. Very valuable data, very valuable information, and try to make the best out of it. It takes a lot of time, a lot of hard work to create these reports, and it's up to us at whatever capacity, at whatever level that we are trying to serve on a specific segment in the marketplace. It is our responsibility to come out with programs, initiatives that can truly have an impact, whether it is socially, economically, culturally speaking. In our case, it's business. So we're trying to impact the small business community through the work that we do. Digital economy is our priority, and knowing that access to capital is another big issue in the small business community. Now we're taking action into providing access to resources that help to understand, to manage your business better, specifically and with Spanish-speaking business owners, because that's a segment that has been neglected for years, and very few people pay honest attention to try to help them out. And I'm extremely grateful for the support that we get from Wells Fargo and other organizations with that program, because I know that we're making a difference, and I can see it based on just the numbers, the metrics. This is not just me saying it, but I see the metrics. First 6 months. Now we're in the second semester of this program, and I'm pretty confident that the impact is gonna be greater than the first time. So this is it for now, you guys. Thank you so much for all those that watch this presentation live. If you watch later, please leave your comments below. You know that I always appreciate feedback, respectful feedback. I don't care to answer for any comments that are just like mean or negative or in a disrespectful way and stuff. We don't have time for that stuff. But positive feedback, and even if it's not good feedback, but if it is respectful, I'll take it, because I learn from every message. and from every comment that you guys leave in all these lives and presentations that I've done and I'll keep doing. So thank you so much for watching, and go analyze that data, and you will be pleased with the results that you will get from serving an open growing demographic, a really good consumer in the marketplace. So take advantage of it and be grateful to all those organizations that are using their connections and access to resources to create these reports, which are extremely expensive and they take a lot of time. So the fact that we're only a click away from all these data is extremely valuable. So take advantage of them. I share some of the reports that were discussed at the conference, at the Latitude conference. So enjoy them. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll keep in touch. In a few more weeks, we're gonna be breaking down the DTC Prime program, how it's gonna work, how small businesses can get involved, how the community can get involved. I rely 100% of the community for the success of these programs, because if the community doesn't like it, if they don't embrace it, why put some money behind it, right? It'd be like, hey, here it is. We put our heart and soul into this thing. If you guys like it, we're gonna be thrilled. We're gonna be super excited that our crazy ideas are actually making an impact in this world, and that's why we do what we do. Try to impact the people that we serve in a positive way. At least that's what motivates me to wake up in the morning. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy your family. I'm gonna do that. I changed a gala for a gala with my family, and I'm so grateful for them, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to work for all of you guys. Take care. Ciao.